This is the STUG Windows 10 Tips, Tricks, and Tech Talk Forum with Dave Gerber. I'm Hewie Poplock, filling in for Dave on this Friday, April 23rd, 2021.
And this second level security, practically everybody has joined it. At least everybody I connect with has joined into it now. So every time you try to get on with them, they send you a texted code, 6-letter, generally 6-number code.
Yep.
And it's interesting.
What I do is I've got a PC. Are you on a PC?
Yes. No, I'm on a laptop.
Okay. Well, yeah, but it's a PC, right? It's
Yes.
Windows.
Yes.
I use the Your Phone.
Mm-hmm.
There's an app called Your Phone. Let me share my screen. See where my button is or my arrow is? When I click that,
yeah, I'll get my arrow out of the way.
Right. So here's all my tech. It's connected to my phone, and there's all my texts. And I actually can text back to somebody by clicking new message and text them. So when I get one of those codes, I see the codes and then I can just do it. So I don't even have to get out away from the computer or have my phone with me.
Oh, wow. Now, does the code come from Windows or from?
It's picking it up from my phone.
From your phone.
It's connecting to my phone, and so any messages on my phone I can see on my computer.
Wow.
It's called Your Phone. It's part of Windows.
Okay.
Windows
has a lot of stuff.
I'm sorry?
I say Windows has a lot of stuff.
Oh, yeah. So let's see. I can't remember. Well, let me just type Your Phone. Yeah, it's called Your Phone. Just type in that, and it's an app.
Okay.
And then you have to set it up. You have to connect with your phone and so on. But
okay.
I did a video on it. I'm quite sure.
Mm-hmm. My daughter, I was
share my
doing that. I could not bring the satellite with me. I suppose I could have, but I didn't want to. And so I had to let it go. But I can still keep their browser, correct? Because every time I go on, was their browser, it says that it's the browser, but it's no longer, it now says it's not my default browser.
Yeah, so you can make it your default browser, but let's see if I can find, these are all my videos that are out on YouTube. These are just mine.
Good grief.
Your Phone right here. 500, it'll be 500 views when you look at it. I got to click on it and then share. Notifications are on your app. So I'll stop here, and then I'm going to come back on stop share, go into the chat, and give you the link, and you can copy that by doing a Control-C and then a Control-V into click it and then make a bookmark out of it or whatever you want to do to save it.
I'm gonna have to lower my screen, right, to be able to get to something to save it on my computer.
Yeah, minimize, or you can make it so it's not full screen.
Well, it's not doing anything right now.
Hit escape, I think.
Yeah. I'm not very good when there's something already on the screen, and I'm working with them and I want to do something else. I'm always afraid I'm not going to get back to it.
Well, I'll show you a little trick on that one too, if you want. When you.
Okay, wait a minute. I've lowered it down.
Okay.
Now to get back to you, I have a little zoom that's lowered down.
Just bring it back up.
It's not coming back up.
Okay, hold your Alt key down and hit Tab.
The Alt key and hit. Tab. I don't see tab.
Tabs on the left-hand side towards the top.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
It'll show you everything that's open. You can move your mouse to whichever one.
Okay, let me close this one. That's an email, and I can close my email at least. How do I get you bigger?
Either click down at the very top of the one single box next to the X, click it, and it'll make it full screen.
I'm
Do you
not, I'm
see-
on, what I'm seeing is my desktop and a little picture of you in the corner.
Oh, go back to that little picture in the corner. There should be like an arrow, or I
Yes.
think in the corner, click on that arrow.
Well, it should show video and not show video. It has the arrow and then a microphone and then a camera.
No, right next to it's a little picture, right, of me in the corner. Yeah, at the right-hand top of that little square, there should be like an arrow going towards the corner, I think, maybe.
Ah, well, I almost did that. It says minimize, exit minimized view, and I almost did that.
Yep.
But I didn't. The problem is I don't trust what I'm doing.
Well, if as long as you don't close it out, Alt Tab will give you a view of everything that's on there. If you keep the Alt key down, hit the tab, and then hit the tab again, it'll move it to the next little window, holding the Alt key down.
Hold Alt key now. I'm writing myself a note. Hold Alt key down. Will not lose.
And then you'll see all the little pictures of everything that's open.
Ah.
And then holding the Alt key down, each time you hit tab, it'll highlight a different one of those little squares until you get to the one you want to be forward. And when you let go, that's the one that's going to be forward.
Okay.
Let me show you that again.
Okay.
Share. Okay, so you're seeing this. If I hold the Alt key down and then hit tab, notice I have several things open.
Yes.
So I can move across. I'm hitting tab each time, holding the Alt key down.
Uh-huh.
And I can go to any of them. Some of them aren't going to show up because they're on a different monitor.
Okay.
But let's see what happens if I do this. Yeah, see that? And I want to come back to us. There.
Wow.
Well, that neat?
That's encouraging, because there are times when you do need to have at least more than one screen open at a time.
Right, and if they're all full screened, you don't have to minimize one and try to figure out where the other one is behind it and so on.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you lose a screen, that's how you can get it back, is it's behind something and you can't uncover it. Yeah. And so if you do the Alt tab, you can switch to it.
Well, every Friday I prepare a lesson for Sunday, and I have two resources that I use while I'm working on it. One is the material that comes to me, and I have downloaded it and got it in my system. And when I need that particular lesson, I open it and then I lower it. And then I get the actual lesson that I'm working on, and I open it and lower it. And I just go back and forth between them, between copy and paste and so forth on them. Without having, I tried to have them side by side, but I apparently didn't have the right side by side, because every time I moved one, went up and down, and one, the other one also went up and down. So this works fine.
Okay, are you aware that you can resize anything that's on your screen?
Nope.
Okay, I'll show you how to do that. Hi, Joe. So I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, notice I have my the one window, it's my browser.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you go to the corner, you see that double arrow?
Yes.
Okay, or here it's an arrow side to side.
Uh-huh.
And if I come down here, it's going to be, so depending where it is, so I can just click and drag. And then I can take another window that I've got. Let's see if I got something open on here. Yeah, right here. I can take this, slide it over, and then move it. Now I've got both on the screen.
And they will function independently,
Yeah,
right?
you can go back. You can go back. You got to go back and forth between them.
From your phone.
But there's the
You
video,
can also get it using.
and I can stop it, and I come back over here, and I can click here and do whatever I need to do, and then come back. So that's why it's called Windows. And I can even make this smaller.
The all apps list, or if you have it on.
Stop this, and I can open up, say, Notepad. It's over here on my other screen, so I'll bring it over. Let's see, come on. I can bring it over here, make it small, and so now I got a Notepad set up. I can have different windows sized.
Sort of works like text boxes and pictures that you put in.
Yeah, so you can do whatever. And the nice thing about it is if you've got something in one that you need to drag to the other for whatever reason, you can do that.
Oh,
Now there's one other thing in Windows that you can do is, let's take this. If you grab, let's see, you grab it at the top and then real hard, move it over to the side, it automatically will make it one half of a screen. You have to play around with that to make it happen. And right now, let's see if I can grab it here. Yeah, and I can grab it off of there. I can't do it to the other side because what I have is another screen over to the right,
yes.
another monitor, and it just goes over and it opens up on the other screen, the other half of it. But all you have to do is click and kind of slam it across there, and that didn't work. So let's try it again. Or you got to just bring it all the way over. It'll make a half a screen. Then you can actually take something, and I can, let's see, I can drag this over now. Whoops. I'll drag it over to this side. And where'd that other one go here? Here. We'll take this. We'll take this. Now I'm going to take this one, do the same. And now I've got them 50-50, and I got both of them filling up the screen. But what I can also do is I can move one here and make the other one bigger if I wanted to.
But
So now I got two things. So you can move things, you could move things back and forth. So I can say, okay, I'm here. I'm going to copy that. Come back over here and paste. And there it is.
Okay, now if you were on the screen that is has the browser on it, if you were to move it up and down, would the other one would not move, right? It's independent.
Yeah, right now it's locked to the side of the screen. So if I move it down, it then makes it so it can move around.
Okay.
And the other one's not moving. And this is also here too, don't forget.
Okay.
So these, I can move this one over here, or I can move this one up here. I can take this one and we'll move it here. And so we can move it all the way around. This is why it's called Windows. I got different windows open.
Seems as though years ago, I remember having experienced that in something, and I can't tell you in what, but obviously forgot about it.
Yep.
I used to work on bulletins in such a way that I would copy things from one to the other, and they were independent of each other. And that must have been that's been over 10 years ago, and I'm sorry, I just don't remember that far back.
Well, it's a disease we have as we grow older. It's
Yes.
CRS. Can't remember stuff.
Yes, especially stuff you don't use very often.
Yeah. And I've always said that, well, my brain is so full, if I take something new in, something falls out.
I like that one. Yes, very much. Sounds like me.
But yeah, that way when you have several things open, you can move things from one program to another very easily. Copy and paste. You saw how I copied from one, pasted it into the other, and I didn't have to maneuver any windows at all. I didn't have to maneuver at all to try to find the other thing.
Well, I will try that this afternoon if I can remember what we did that long, and see how it works. Sounds like it would work. It sounds like it's exactly what I want.
Okay. Joe, do you have any questions?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, that's Leah came up with one thing, and I've gone in 3 different places already to help her with 3 different things to help her. So I've been playing with this stuff a long time, and I usually can go from one thing to the other. And I've played around with these things enough that I have some suggestions for you. If there's, something that you have to work real hard at, don't forget you're on a computer. It's supposed to do a lot of work for you.
That's
Right.
true.
You've got to do a lot of work. There's a way around it.
Yeah. My daughter has often said that the best way to learn something on a computer is to play with it. And I have worked the opposite. For me, it's always been have to do something is the best way for me to learn something instead of just playing with, because if I'm playing with it, I don't seem to remember. But if I've got to do it and do it repeatedly, I remember it.
Again, let me share my screen. And let me just show you. Now I got 3 things open. Let's just, I'm going to go ahead and open bunches of things here. I may have to change the screen. No, that's fine. Good. So I got something here, and it's blocking the other. So if I click this, it brings it forward. Yeah, but remember, there's something behind here. So again, hold the Alt key down and tab, and there's everything I've got open. So I can come back up to here, see how that's highlighted when I let go. It's got it out in front. Let's see what else did I have behind there? Is it this? Yeah, I got this. And there's a couple of these things around the other monitor. So let's see, you've got this. So I can bring whatever I want forward just by holding the Alt key down. And as I tab through, and when I find the one I want and I let go, it's forward.
Go through that again. Hewie.
Okay. Okay, I'm
You
holding the
hold
Alt.
Go
I'm
ahead.
holding the Alt key down
Go ahead.
on your keyboard, and I hit tab. Still holding the Alt key down.
Okay. That's what I missed. Okay.
That's the trick.
And then if you
And
hit
then,
tab
and
again,
then
it
while you're
moves.
holding, and then keep hitting the tab key,
Okay.
and it'll move it from window to window. And then when you get to the one you want, you let go, and that one will be then the active window.
That's
You let go of the
fantastic.
Alt window.
I'm sorry?
You let go of the Alt window.
Yeah, I let go of the Alt key, yes.
Yeah, the Alt key.
Yeah, and that goes away, and then that's the primary or the active window. And
Yeah,
to make
I call that the background, and I had a hard time getting to it. Now I know how to get to it.
yeah, it's very easy, and it's yeah, because otherwise, I got something down here, and I'd have to click down here to bring it forward.
Okay.
And then if I come back here, it's partially there, and if I go
In your
here,
start
I can't.
menu, you can click on it from your start menu.
I just
Or
hit.
you can type in the search box.
That wasn't me. That's not me talking. That's the video. So anyway, so I've got all of these open, and again, I want to get to this. I can click there, but if it happens to be down here, I can't get to it or see it. So I hold the Alt key and then tab, and then I can come to it, and there it is.
To me, that's fantastic.
Yes, it
Good.
is. I'll go along with that.
When you're ready, Hewie, I do have another question.
Okay, good. Shoot.
Okay. If you show Windows again, you share your screen.
Okay.
Go where you're doing where you're listing your files in your, let's say, download.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Okay. I want to see your files in your download directory,
Oh, okay.
and then I can explain what my problem is. Or any directory really, but
Yeah,
download is a
okay.
popular one.
Okay, well, let's go to my documents because there's a lot of them. in
That's
there.
good. That's okay.
Okay.
That's fine. That's great. Now, I'm confused where one of my screens yeah, one of my windows shows me a history list of files that I can, they're most recently used maybe, or history.
Do you see this right here?
Yeah.
I click that. Or it's not showing me anything, but it's something like this.
Yes. Well, it actually gives me.
Yeah, I don't have anything in there. I've got it turned off.
Oh,
So
okay. Okay. Yeah. What did you click now?
Okay,
I
let's
missed
see.
it.
Let me see if I can get back. Let's see, close that. It was up here.
Yeah. What does that say?
It says history. Show history for the selected item.
That's
And
simple enough.
it'll show it for a selected item. So let me find an item that might have a history on here. Let's go to browsers. And I'll just show that in history.
It's kind of annoying in a way.
Yeah, I have it turned off.
Yeah.
So configure file history settings. Let me see where the settings are. Control panel, all control panel items, and then file history. So I'm not sure where let's see, control panel, all.
Now that's the file history for backup.
Okay, so let's go to settings. And I'm just going to go file, whoops, history. Backup settings, restore your files with file history. Now
that's going to show you the backup.
That'll get you where it needs to be, and then it'll say configure file history settings. And what you want to do is somehow turn it off instead of turning. See, mine's off.
Okay.
You can turn it off. Yeah, there it is. Mine says turn on. Yours are going to say, you may have a bunch of stuff there and there'll be a turn off.
Okay.
Turn it off.
Is that basically a file that's telling you how many times or when you use that particular file by the word history?
I believe so.
Okay. Why would you want to know that?
Well, some people want to track their changes.
Oh.
I guess. I don't know. I don't use it.
I
have it turned off. I have it turned off. But let me show you some other things about, let me full screen this so you don't have a lot of other things going on. But let's go back, and I just go back to my documents folder. I have, each of these are folders.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. And then I also probably have at the bottom a bunch of files too.
Right.
Okay. There's a couple of things you can do with this. Number one is you can sort by anything here at the top. Right now it's sorted by name and it's sorted alphabetically. If I click it again, it reverses the order. So it starts with the files and then it starts at Z and goes down. If I click it again, it reverses it. It reverses the sorting. Now, what if I want to, gee, I have something. Oh, it is because I have if you'll notice there's a exclamation point.
Ah, okay, I see it. Oh, see, okay.
And alphabetically, Windows handles an exclamation point before the alphabet and before the numbers. So if I want to force something to the top of my list, I put an exclamation point before the word. You hardly notice it, but it puts it at the top of the list. I use these two probably the most of anything. So it forces it right to the top.
And then it does numbers.
Then numbers and then alphabet.
Okay.
Yep. So the next thing is each of these are sortable. Let's say I want to find the most recent of something. So I go to date modified, and now it's going to do it by date, by the latest, which would be the 19th on down. You can do this in any folder as well. And again, if you click it again, it goes to the oldest. If I go to the top of the list, 2014 is when that particular folder was made. And then by type, so let me show you what I mean here. Let's go into a folder. That's a good one to find here. Let's find the STUG one. Okay, and then let's say virtual meetings, and I've got all of these things here. and notice there's different types. And it tells me some are JPEG files and some are other. I can change by type, and now it puts all the Adobe Acrobat files together, all the Irfan View JPEGs together, and all my PowerPoints together, and then all my Word documents together. Sometimes that helps you find something when you're looking for it.
Sure.
And then I can go back, okay, let's go back to name. And again, we're alphabetical. And so when I come back up to documents and go to the top, it's back alphabetical. Now, there's also some other things that you can do with this. Let me make it so it's not full screen, so I can move it over a little bit. You'll notice here, let's see, I got to find where it is here. Documents, share a view. See where it says view?
Yeah.
Yes.
When I click that, now you can change the look of this and what it's going to do. We're in details right now. This reminds me of the old DOS days, if you go back that far, where that was the way you looked at a folder. Well, there's different ways you can look at your folder. So let's look at all the different ways. You've got medium icons. It'll look like this.
Don't like that.
If we look at content, it looks like this. If we
Wow.
look like this, it's list. It's just all of them. And then you just see a list.
Back up the content.
Sure.
What do you mean by content? I mean, I know what the word content.
It just shows you the name of it and then the date modified, and it's just like this.
Doesn't actually show you what's in the folder, just what the
It does,
folder is called.
yeah, it just shows you what the code. And then if you click on the folder, then it will go back to this because that's the last way I had it.
Okay. Okay.
So let's go back. Which one were we in?
You did content and then you headed to something else.
Yeah, but oh, there it is, content. Yeah, but well, if I go back to when I go, let's see. Oh, I see. Let's go back to details. Come back to documents. That one. See, it remembers how I've had it. So I can have mixtures of it. So let's look at list. Here's the list, and the large icons have bigger icons. So at different folders, you can have set up different ways. Here's what tiles look like. Then there's small icons and then extra large icons. What's nice about this is if you go to your photos folder, I'm going to go back to details, but let's go to, and you can, so I'm going to click on this PC up here, and it takes me back to this menu. If I go to pictures, and then, oh, see what I got in here. I only have one picture here. Okay, here was a convention that I went to. No, it's only one thing. Trying to find a folder that I've got a lot of pictures in. District meeting. Okay, there's a lot of pictures there. So with here, those are large icons. If I go to extra large icon, I can actually see all of my pictures without having to open them all up.
You can do what the content of the file is. You can change it as well. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not changing anything. I'm just changing the view of it within the file manager.
Okay.
See,
So that's what it
normally you would see it looking like this.
Mm-hmm.
But if I click on large icons, it's giving me a preview of each of the pictures.
If you had a file that had documents in it, not pictures, could you do the same thing that you would?
Well,
see
let's take a look at let's take a look at what we've got here. We'll go back here. We'll go to documents. I'm just trying to think where I might have some articles for blogs. Okay, so we got some things here. Let's see. Just trying to think of one that I might have. Let's see here. Cutting the cord. I got a Word document and a text document. So if I go to extra large icons, it'll show me the pictures like that. But no, the Word document will look like this, and the other will be like this. So it doesn't actually look at the documents, no.
Okay, so you can't see what's actually on the document without pulling it up. Okay.
Yeah, I seem to remember there's somehow you can, but oh, preview pane. Yeah, okay, let's do one more thing here. Let's go see over here where I am, and I click a preview pane. Now I've got a preview pane over here. Now if I come over and move over here, click on that, I will see it over here.
Oh, that's nice.
And if I go here, it'll have that information.
That's very helpful. It means you don't have to open up everything.
You don't have to open, and I move right here is I can actually make it bigger like
And you can
this.
scroll down and see what it is without having to close it and open up something else.
Right, yeah, so see what I'm doing here?
Yeah.
And how do you
Just go-
close the preview?
Just come
Just
up to the preview pane here and go like that, and it goes away.
Super.
And then you come back to details, and there they are as a list.
I feel like I'm just starting to know Windows and I've been on it for 15 years.
Yeah,
I understand. I understand. Recently, can I change it? I don't know if it's changing the subject or not, but recently, when I've gone to open a document, I have a bunch of documents on my screen, or folders on my screen, and I click on one of the folders to be able, I click on the folder that's on the screen, on the desktop, so that I can open up and get the file folders and the files. But it's not showing me all of them at one time. I get like maybe 6, and I have to either open it up or scroll down those. Used to be that every time I would just click on it to open it, like you were just doing, you got all of the files. Is there a setting that I've done, I've hit and not knowing it, or is it just being temperamental with me?
you're saying from your desktop.
For my desktop.
Okay, let's, oh, by the way, see this little, I'm way down here in the bottom right-hand corner. If I click
Yes.
there, it minimizes everything.
Oh,
They're still open, but they're minimized.
You're
Okay,
kidding.
so
that little window that you hit, did it?
way down here in the far corner.
Oh, a far corner, past that little window or a little
Yeah.
TV screen.
Yep,
Okay, wow.
that minimizes everything. So if I have a folder on this screen, like I got one here,
Mm-hmm.
okay, if I click that, it opens up that folder that I have saved on my desktop.
Right.
It could be a shortcut, but it could be a folder by itself as well. So now what are you saying? I'm not sure what your question is.
My problem was being that I have a folder on the screen that looks like that, and it has documents in it. And when I click on it to open it to get to the document that I want, it only shows in the detail form, it only shows maybe 6. It's an abbreviated look of what it is. And I have to either scroll through it or click on it again to open it wider. And it's not automatically becoming the whole folder to look at.
Is it like this? And let's see, let me move it up here a little
Yes,
bit more.
more or
Is it
less
something like
that.
this? And you
Yes.
have to
Yes,
just try resizing it.
okay.
And again, it's something else to resize. When you're looking at any folder, notice these little, remember I clicked on any of these and you can sort by them.
Right.
But at the end of them, if you move up here, you see the double arrow between each one.
Yes,
So you can only see a little bit of this. If you go here and I'm going to click and I'm going to drag it. Now I can see the whole title.
just like with Excel cell.
Yep, absolutely.
And will it remember that if you go back next time?
Yeah, if I close that,
Very
if I
good
close
question.
if I close it and then open it.
That's fantastic.
Yes, it did.
Now, if you go to a different folder, it's going to be whatever that folder was.
Of
Yeah,
course.
you'll have to reconfigure
Yeah.
that folder. I've begun having things in a folder, and when I put them on, when I've used them in the newsletter, entered them into the newsletter, I've been going back up to that item in the folder and clicking on it. There's a way to click on it without it opening, and I can add another word to it. And I usually add the word in, knowing, so when I open up that folder, I know that all the documents I wanted in are in my newsletter.
Yeah, I can take, let's see here. Let me share my screen again. You can right mouse click, say new and folder, and we'll call it Leah, just so you know that I just made it here. Now I've got a folder Leah, and let me move it. I'll just move it over here.
Mhm.
And I can take this and just take it and drop it. And now if I open up the Leah folder, there it is.
Mhm.
Is that what you're saying you can do?
No, what I would do is I would click on the document as if I was going to open it. But for some reason or another, maybe after 2 clicks,
If I double click
on
it, yeah, I double click it and it
opened up.
opens it.
Now, I guess I would have to close it somehow or another. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but I can click on it again and I get just a solid, don't have the blue. I just have, it's outlined in black and it's like that.
Yeah.
And then I can add to it another word.
Yeah, it's not highlighted now. So,
No, it's
yeah.
not highlighted, and I can put my arrow in there and click on that and I can begin to add another word to it.
Oh,
To
you
the
can
title.
edit the title.
Yeah,
That's what you're doing.
that's what I'm doing, is editing the
Yeah,
title.
if you just click it and it highlights it like this with a darker blue,
Mhm.
then I could type in something else here and say,
And if I've got my arrow at
Yes.
the end of where you are there, at the end of the words, it will just allow me to go in. Sometimes have to do it 2 or 3 times without highlighting.
Yeah.
It doesn't highlight it, it just allows me to put another word there. Is that
and
just
then
something?
and if it's here, I can just drag it out. It takes it out and puts it back on the screen.
Yeah. Well, it works and I take advantage of it, whatever it is I'm doing.
Mhm. I try not to keep many things on my desktop, but occasionally it gets away from me. And I have to
understand.
clean it up. But you'll notice, see this little arrow right here?
Yes,
That means it's a shortcut to something else.
yes.
The actual file is not on your desktop, it's somewhere else. And when
Uh-huh.
you click on it, it goes to that folder and opens it up. So if you, anytime you see that it's got that little arrow, if
Mhm.
I delete it, that program's still there. It's still, I can still find it. It's still on my computer. I just don't have a shortcut on my desktop to it. I don't need it. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I don't need that one.
I have a couple on mine that have those arrows.
Yeah. And if you don't want them there anymore, by deleting just the shortcut, you're not deleting the program
Oh, okay.
or access to it. And then also you can sort by on your screen. If you do it, then you can't go back to where you were, but you can sort by name and it'll do them alphabetically over here by size.
Oh,
You can auto arrange them. You can arrange them to a grid so that they're lined up.
wow.
So by right mouse clicking anywhere on your screen in a blank spot and then go to view, you can change these. Right now it's at medium icons. You can make them large icons or small icons. And then I'll go back to medium. And then you can, again, you can sort them by name, size, item type, or date modified, and they'll arrange themselves on your desktop.
Very good.
So there's a lot of things you can do with these things. It's just having somebody show you how to do it.
Yes. And writing notes and remembering, being able to decipher your notes on how to do it.
Yeah. And then do it a few times. Once you do it a few
Yes.
times, then it becomes,
Yeah, it helps.
it helps. Anything else that you would like to do that you spend a lot of steps getting to that I might be able to help you with?
The
Either one of you.
The side by side that you showed is, I'm going to try it out this afternoon or this evening when I get to it.
Okay, good.
I have a problem. After I explain it, if you don't understand it, I understand that. But it's about printing double-sided. And what I do is I go to control, go to devices, go to the printer that's marked with a little green arrow. I double click on that and I go to its attributes. When I get to the attributes, there is under device something, I don't know the second word, under devices I think it's just devices. I click on that and it shows me that the double-sided is uninstalled, which is what I see happening. So I click on it and I can install it. In other words, everything, it looks like the driver and the printer both have double-sided features, so it does install. I go to apply, click on that, and then I go to OK, come back, and everything works perfect, double-sided, until I reboot.
Okay. All right.
If you ain't got an idea, don't worry about it.
I'm not sure why it's the default is changing, but let me show you again. Let's share.
I mean,
Let me just-
I went to Google, I read articles,
Oh, okay, let's open up a document.
okay, good.
Okay, sign in. We can't upload. This must be one that's out in the cloud. So let me close that. Let me find another document. Nope, sign in required. We can't load it. Oh, it's download. All right, so it's somewhere else. So let me just go to a file somewhere that I know is on here. Documents. I don't know. I might have it. Let's change this to a view details. And those are Excel, but wouldn't know it. I don't have a Word document in that folder. Nope, those are screenshots. Okay, here's a Word. Oh, I don't want to redo that. I just read. Okay, I've got this particular file. Doesn't matter what's in it.
Okay.
We can't read it anyway.
Right.
And let's see, this is not a Word document, and it's opening it. Let's see here. I don't have the toolbar, can't read it. So let's try something else. There's a doc file. No, yeah, WinSig announcement. I'll try that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I don't have the view. There it is. And I'll pin that so you see it. Okay. So when I go to print it, file.
Right.
And print.
Right.
Okay. You'll see printer properties here. I don't have anything here. It says, so when I go to printer properties, sometimes this screen comes up, sometimes it's another one. This happens because I have a brother that's here. And let's see, I don't see it here. So I may have to go to advanced. So let's see if that's where it is.
Well, go back one step, Huey. Where did you find the word properties? I've never noticed it.
Right under my printer name.
Okay. Oh, I see it. All right.
And then go there. And then go there, or it may say page setup here.
Yes, it does.
And let's see, I don't think you can get, and then print options here. And then it goes into a bunch of things too. Well, this happens to be within Word. So it's not nothing to do with the printer. So that's not going to help me, but it is the printer properties. And then what I have to go and here's two-sided. And so I have it set for two-sided, so it should print it two-sided.
But I've never looked at those screens before. It's possible that that's not in sync.
On that screen that you have up now, Huey, print on both sides is sometimes
it's
what I
here,
have
yeah.
to use. And you can choose either whether it's long side or the other direction, which I usually use long side. And I have no problems with it. And some of them do automatically. When I got a new printer, which for the first time I got to do Wi-Fi anyway with my printer, but it automatically does some of them and has no problem printing two sides.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes I
because
have
of,
to set it up, but sometimes it'll do it automatically.
and
Some
it could be in
programs
the,
work.
yeah, and it can be in the default. So you want to go to settings and devices,
Right. That's where I go.
and then printers and scanners.
Yep.
And you can see I got a lot here because, so if I go to my printer, and I think this is the one I actually use, and I manage. So let's see, just run printer properties and preferences. And I'm back to this screen and I turn it on there. And then when you hit apply, make sure you always say okay afterwards.
Right.
Okay.
And I always hit apply.
Okay. And it should save it as the default at that point. So I'm not sure why it's not.
Well, you showed me two different screens and approaches that I haven't used, so I'll try them
Okay.
later.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways sometimes to get to the same thing. And sometimes sometimes it just doesn't remember them. And
Right. Well,
and sometimes you have to just set it, you have to just make sure it's clicked each time, because you can turn it on, you can turn it off. And it may be set, you may have saved the document with the settings the way they were. And so when you open that particular document, it always opens up to not print double-sided.
right. I'll check that.
And so after you have made your changes, save your document again.
Of
And
course.
it may remember it with the document. I don't know, but I would try that.
I found also
Okay, that gives me something new to look.
when I'm printing something or when I'm using something, and to get the print, I have to go to the toolbar with the three little dots and click on it and choose print. And I can adjust simply by moving the arrow down, whether I do double-sided or not. And quite frequently, once I click there, it just stays there until I change it.
Yeah, and to get to print from different places, it can be the three dots because you're on a website. If you're in a document, you can right mouse click, or you can go up to the menu. There's different ways in which you can get to the same place.
The three dots means that you're on a website?
No, but the three dots mean that it's a menu of some sort.
Okay.
And sometimes it's three lines. They call that a hamburger menu.
Oh, yes, I've heard of
Because it's
that.
got a hamburger in the menu. It's the hamburger and then the buns on either side of it. It's got three little lines, and that's a menu as well. So different programs and different websites have different ones built in.
Yes.
Oh.
I'll remember the hamburger.
The
symbol.
hamburger menu.
Thank you. That was worth coming today anyway.
Okay, good. I didn't mean to make you hungry too.
Matter of fact.
All right, we covered quite a few things.
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
did.
did.
And I was delighted. I don't know about Leah.
Yes, I am.
Well, I do these kind of things at my Windows SIG the second Sunday of every month. And then when I fill in for Dave, I'm open to questions and try to answer for you. These are a lot of basic things that if you weren't shown or weren't taught, you just found ways around it, because as I say, there's 15 approaches for everything you want to do. And somebody just needs to show you the trick to it, and it just makes it a lot easier. Okay, if there's not any questions, we've had a nice hour anyway,
Yes.
or about an hour. And I think you've learned a few things.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did a lot.
Yes.
I got to
And,
remember hamburger. No, I
And
really,
put-
if learning could be that easy all the time, when
Yes.
you say something and it sticks, I can't get rid of it.
Yeah, it's references, that's all.
Yeah.
Okay, on that note, I'll say goodbye. Thank you very
Well,
much for
thank you
joining.
very much.
Thank
Thank
you
you for
very
letting
much.
us know that we had not come in yet.
Yeah, it's too bad more didn't join, but
Well,
I'll have to talk. I'll have to talk to
selfish,
Dave.
it worked out well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye
All right.
bye.
Bye now.